Hello YouTube friends, it's the 3rd of December. I've got a cold. It's not the end of the world. I'm definitely not going to let it turn into flu unless it's going to. And I'm doing all sorts of really great things, preventative measures. My son sent me a really great recipe for garlic broth, which he swears by when he has a cold, and I've got a big pan of that over there. I'll leave the recipe to that below because it's absolutely brilliant. It's terribly simple. It doesn't taste too bad either. And also I make up this mixture which is honey, cinnamon, ginger, proper ginger, satsumas cut into bits, and all of those are boiled down. I've got a pan of that on the go on the stove over there because I've got the stove on. And then someone in the comments said, oh yeah, it's cold season, I'm going to be drinking my Master Tonic. And I was kicking myself because I meant to make Master Tonic weeks ago so that it will be ready now, and of course I haven't. But there is a reason why I haven't. I've gathered together all the ingredients a couple of times, but I haven't got a source of horseradish. And horseradish is one of the 5 things. Horseradish, garlic, chillies, turmeric and onions with cider vinegar. And I'm going to make it today because I went into my pottery class on Friday. Came home early. I wasn't feeling great. But I came home via the Indian stores in Brighton Grove. Fantastic big Indian supermarket. I've got pretty much everything there. And I bought the turmeric and the ginger and the chillies, all the things I need, and the garlic, all the things I need for Master Tonic. And I said to the guy when I got to the checkout, I said, I can't see horseradish. Have you got any horseradish? He said, no. He said, I used to take it, buy it for folk, but nobody really wants it. Ah, that's a shame. So we got chatting. What a nice man. Really nice guy. And he said that he would order some with his next veg order and send it through the post to me. I told him what I was doing, and he said, oh, you don't need much. I said, no, I need this much. And so he's going to send it to me through the post. What a lovely man. So what I decided I would do is, because Master Tonic, you have to, Fire Cider, whatever you want to call it, you have to actually leave it for about 8 weeks. So I won't be drinking this till January plus. So it won't do for this cold, but it will definitely do for the rest of the winter. So I'm going to make it, and then when this really nice guy sends me the horseradish through the post, I will add that in as well. So this morning we're going to make Master Tonic, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. I've got this big jar here, and I'm going to layer everything up into this big jar and then fill it up with cider vinegar. And so let's do it. Let's do it. And so I've got all the things I need here. It's just going to be a lot of chopping and a lot of chatting. I don't think the pieces need to be, because what I could do, I could get my food processor out and I could smash them up in that. I've got half of mine to do that actually, but I think it's going to be easy enough just to chop them into relatively small pieces. Of all the things here, the only thing I've grown is the onions, but then really I'm not sure how you grow turmeric or ginger. I probably could grow chillies in the polytunnel, couldn't I? So next year I might grow some of my Master Tonic ingredients, but I'm really keen to give this a try. So last night I had some elderberry syrup with hot water, and I also had some sloe gin, just some medicinal sloe gin, because mine isn't ready yet, and I didn't make sloe gin, of course, but my daughter did last year, and when she was moving house, she found that she had some left, and she gave it to me. So last night I was sitting watching Strictly Come Dancing, which I really like on a weekend. It's a lovely programme to watch, full of colour and glitter and fun, and I'm enjoying it. And I want Joe to win, or Stacey. If you're watching Strictly in the UK, then that's my take on things. Stacey, But then it'd be nice if Kevin won, because he hasn't, you know, he's been runner-up every time, hasn't he? But maybe that's his lot in life, is to be runner-up. Okay, so if I put that there you go, and I'm going to put the onion in. Actually, this jar's not going to be big enough. It's too bad. That's what I'm going to use. If it isn't big enough, I'll have to start a second jar. Yeah, so I was drinking a bit of the old elderberry syrup last night with hot water in. It's very good. And it's interesting, isn't it, when you have a cold, maybe this happens to you. You just go off all dairy and all sort of bready things. So although I like a bit of toast and coffee, haven't really fancied it at all while I've been poorly, which is good because your body doesn't need it. Somebody else in the comments said something about upping my quantity of zinc. Now I take this. I can't see because I haven't got my glasses on, but I'm guessing there's quite a lot of zinc in there. So that's going to be okay. I've also been juicing. I've got my sturdy old juicer here, and I've been juicing greens, and I haven't got any more wheatgrass now. I finished the last of it about 3 days ago, and so I'm using wheatgrass powder, which I've got. It's good enough. It's absolutely fine. I've got out of the sink of making wheatgrass, so that's going to have to be powder now. That's okay. I've got rather a lot of onion here. I'm going to leave that last onion, that last half out, because otherwise it'll dominate. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay then, so let's do the chilies next. Let's angle you in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So with the chilies, what I might do is I might fill this bowl with hot water so that I can wash my hands straight away. Oh, I'm crying for the onions now, not because of the cold. Okay, so all I'm going to do with these then is chop the tops off. Probably don't even need to do that. That one's not very good. I'll chop the tops off and then just chop them into pieces about the same size as the onions. Oh, that one's not. Oh, that's the same one. I picked up the same one. That was not very good. Oh, it's the same one. I'm not firing on many cylinders today. Oh dear. I am going to go out though, because I don't feel that bad. I'm going to go out. I've got to go to the post office, and I also need to buy more lemons and more. I've got a list. Okay, I don't really want to touch these too much, do I? Let's put those there. I could wear gloves to do the chilies, but I'll just wash my hands really well and not scratch my eyes. Doesn't matter about the seeds, everything can stay in there. I think the more fiery it is, the better it'll be. So what an idiot I am for not making this weeks ago. But I simply couldn't find horseradish anywhere. A very nice friend of mine gave me a root of horseradish. But I thought, if I use this for the Master Tonic, that'll be it gone. But if I plant it in the ground, I'll have horseradish forevermore, because it's a very prolific crop. And the thing about it is, like mint, when you plant mint in the garden, you really must enclose it, otherwise it'll just take over the entire garden. And so I've planted it in a big tub so that it will be contained. And so next year's Master Tonic will be my horseradish. Okay, in you go, chilies. These will be preventing me from having colds in 8 weeks' time. But just think if I'd made this 8 weeks ago. Never mind, I didn't. What a nice man in the Indian grocers. I think it was when he knew what I was making that he said, oh, you can't have it without that. I'll have to get you some. It's really kind of him. Okay, so that's the chilies in there now. I'm going to wash my hands really well. Okay, and we'll do the ginger next. Now I'm wondering, do we need to peel the ginger? Yes, I'm going to say, it won't be hard to do. Now I'm going to have to save some of this ginger for putting in my mixture that I'm drinking now. So I'll just put as much in as I've got chilies and onions. That'll do. Don't think it needs to be brilliantly peeled. It's all going to get covered inside vinegar, left for weeks, and then strained off, and it's the vinegar you drink infused with all of this lot, so it doesn't actually matter a great deal if I don't get every last bit off. It smells lovely. It's lovely and fresh. Probably edit this bit out. This could go on for ages. So that's the ginger. I'm going to the turmeric now. I'm not going to peel this, I'm going to wash it. So that's the turmeric. I've left the worst to the last. I'm not a big fan of peeling garlic. Clever little thing. I just cut the bottom off the garlic, the root end there, like that, and then put it inside here. Give it a rub and out it pops. Makes life a lot easier. Well, that was tedious. They're all peeled now, about 6 or 7 heads, and I'm just going to chop them through now and add them to the jar. So now I'm going to add the vinegar to the layers. They look good, don't they? Onions, chilies, turmeric. Is that turmeric? No. Onions, chilies, garlic, turmeric. No. Let's try again. Onions, chilies, ginger, turmeric, garlic, with a gap at the top for the horseradish when that arrives. So we'll open up the cider vinegar. And watch that pour in. Well, that's very satisfying, isn't it? Okay, it's covering the whole thing now. Master Tonic. We'll put a lid on this now, and then we'll add the horseradish when that arrives. And in 8 weeks' time, that'll be my daily tonic, Fire Cider. Taken me long enough, hasn't it? Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you next time.